I'm Chuck, and today we're going to be talking about Subnautica. Now I know this game has been out for a while, but with its latest expansion, Below Zero, coming out soon, I wanted to share my thoughts on the base game. Now, we're going to be breaking down the game into 5 different sections: game visuals, sound and music, gameplay, story, and replayability. After we discuss each section, we will come up with a final score for the game. So, let's get started. Let's start at game visuals. I must say that I love how Subnautica looks. Every area in the game has a unique look and feel to it, which really strengthens the exploration since no two areas look the same. I also love the look of the creatures in the game. There is a huge variety of creatures, and you can clearly see the work that the devs put in when designing each creature. It's amazing how the mood of the game can change with the day and night cycles. When you're close to the surface during the day, you feel calm, safe. You want to go out and explore this ocean world. But at night, although the world looks cool, you are more cautious because the mood has now changed. It's no longer warm and welcoming like it is during the day. It's now cold and mysterious, even a little scary, all thanks to the visuals and lighting in the game. Now there is a downside with the graphical performance. No matter what, you are going to have a little bit of pop-in when moving fast in the game, but it's not that noticeable. In fact, for the most part during normal exploration, you're not going that fast. You're taking your time, you see, looking, wanting to see everything. So pop-in isn't really that big of an issue, but it is there. Let's move on to sound and music. Now, the sounds and music really bring this game to life. Listening to all the different creatures can be awe-inspiring. Or straight up horrifying. Because of this high-quality sound, when you enter a new area, you'll find yourself stopping to listen, to see if you can hear what's in the area. This can create some real tense moments, depending on what area you're in. Now, the music and how it is used can really help immerse you in the world. Having certain music tracks play only in certain areas to match the mood of the area. Also, in some areas, the music will completely fade out, leaving just the natural sounds of the area for you to hear, making some moments truly scary when it's completely dark and you have no idea what's around you. Okay, time for gameplay. Subnautica is a survival game, so most of the gameplay is you searching for food and resources. Then, using your trusty fabricator, you can cook food and make equipment. Now, your equipment starts out pretty basic. You can make a knife, flashlight, oxygen tank, fins, repair tool, and scanner tool. Now, the scanner tool is one of the most important tools in the game. That's because if you want to progress through the game, you have to have the scanner tool. You see, if you want to make new equipment, you have to go out into the world and find fragments of that equipment and scan them with your scanner tool. This is how you unlock the blueprints for your equipment. So now that you have the blueprints, you can go back to the fabricator, and assuming that you have the right materials in your inventory, you can make your equipment. This is basically how you get everything in the game, including your vehicles and building structures. But getting the blueprints is the easy part. Getting all the materials you need to build everything, that's hard. You see, all the best materials are in the most dangerous areas of the game. So if you want some of the best equipment, you're gonna have to brave some of the most dangerous areas. I love this because it encourages you to explore, then rewards you for exploring. It's such a good feeling when you find that last diamond or that last ruby that you've been looking for to finish building something important. Now, what about combat? Well, Subnautica doesn't really have that much combat in it. You have ways to defend yourself, but they're not meant to kill, just subdue or distract whatever is attacking you so that you can escape. For the most part, you avoid combat in this game, and that's okay. Some of the best moments in the game are when you're trying to avoid some huge creature that can destroy your sub in 2 hits. The last part of gameplay that I'm going to talk about is building. Subnautica is an open sandbox game, so you can build anywhere in the game you want. And once you unlock all the advanced building structures, you can make some really cool bases. Now your base is not just for looks. Once you equip it properly, you can use it for a source of power, a source of food and water, storage for your materials, a place to repair your vehicles, and also a place to sleep so that you can skip the night cycle. Let's talk about story. Now, Subnautica doesn't have cutscenes or cinematics. All the story is told through audio logs, radio transmissions, and data entries that you find hidden throughout the world. So, once again, the game is encouraging you to explore so that you can get the full story of not just the crew that crashed on the planet with you, but also the previous inhabitants of the planet. What happened to them? Where are they now? Do you want to find out? Well, you're gonna have to explore. And it's worth it too, because many of these stories on the audio logs are pretty interesting.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
do you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of storm water? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bard, Torgal has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. No staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
But what about replayability? Subnautica has a huge amount of replayability. That's because there's a little bit of a random factor that's being applied. Now, the whole entire map is not randomized. Key locations will always be in the same place, but what happens in between these locations is what changes. You never know where you may find a certain vehicle fragment or equipment fragment. Could be real easy to get to, or could be in one of the harder to get to areas. Couple that with all the vast and beautiful areas to explore in the game, and you can stay busy for hundreds of hours. So let's give it a score. I give Subnautica a score of 8 out of 10. It is truly a well-designed, fun game that I would recommend anybody play, even if they're not that big of survival game fans. It has a beautiful world that will make you want to explore every bit of it, and I can't wait for the next installment to this game. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas of games we should cover or review on the channel, leave them in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'm Chuck, this is Average Arcader, have a nice day.